Arrests by ICE at Middle Tennessee courthouses have sparked fear in the Hispanic community. Today, Metro Police Chief John Drake was asked how families can feel safe if they need to go to court in Davidson County. And we've showed you the videos. The concerns follow recent reports of ICE outside courthouses in Wilson and Robertson counties. And some worry they could be targeted over minor issues. Chief Drake said his department does not believe in the ethics of these arrests and that building trust is their priority.
As I've said time and time again, the Metro Nashville Police Department does not do immigration enforcement. We don't mind, no one minds violent criminals doing whatever you need to do with them, but going around to everyday citizens of Nashville or people that live here in Nashville and doing things with them, we don't want that. We want trust.
Chief Drake also highlighted new polling saying the Hispanic community for the first time ranked the highest in trust within the Metro Police Department. Metro Police say they want anyone who needs to handle a court issue to do so, and they're encouraging people to reach out with concerns.